Hey, Joel James Fulton. How are you? This is Melinda Clarke. How are you, James? Joel James, I mean. I am here because you've asked me to please wish you a happy new year and a very fortunate 2025. I can't believe it's 2025. It's amazing to me. And then you said something very kind. You said, let's say I invited you for a dance at a New Year's formal party to something by the Beatles. Great song. I love it. And John is the best Beatle. Don't you agree? Well, first of all, very lovely sentiment and a nice message. I had to think about, John Lennon started his solo career when I was like a year old. I think his first album came out when he was in 1970. But I do remember that his last album was a Double Fantasy, came out in 1980. And I was, of course, only 11, I think, at that time. So when you say John is the best Beatle, I had to think about that for a second because I think he's the one that had the most impact because I was just in my first 10 years of life when he was doing his solo albums. And I love Just Like Starting Over. That's one of my favorite songs from that album. And I remember getting that album, or I think my dad got the album. And I was just starting to get into music, and then he tragically died when I was young. So thank you for reminding me that, yes, when I think of the Beatles, John Lennon does pop into my head as my favorite. Of course, I do love Paul, and I love so many of the Beatles songs, just like everyone. But yeah, thank you for asking me to kind of go back into the memories of my childhood and remember what an impact the Beatles and more specifically John Lennon had. Yeah, I do love that. I do, and I had quite a few of his albums. So anyway, Joel James Fulton, whatever you plan to do for the rest of 2025, I do wish that it is a very, very fortunate one. It's an interesting thing when I'm messaging friends and people through, of course, on social media and such. Quite a few people have said, may 2025 be fortunate and a blessing and abundant. And because I feel like 2024 had some wonderful things, but there were some things that could have been better. But I am looking forward to what the future holds. I am excited for the unknown and living in the moment. Love is an action word, so love your family and friends as best you can with action. And with that, I will say all my love and merry. Well, Christmas was a while ago, so I don't know if you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah, so we say Christmaka around here, and a very, very happy new year. All my love to you, Joel James Fulton. Bye. Rock on.